but I trust God. I believe in God. I announce Him. He was the God of the salvation that going and actually. He go and take the penny that the lady put in the basket and multiply it. But those who put the portion, they want them on to multiply. He lets you be greedy. He lets you be a fool. He lets you be wicked. He lets you be an idiot. He lets you to walk around in the darkness. He lets you to be a heathen. He lets you to steal. He lets you to do all of them things. To be drunken, be deceived. But the woman is who he doesn't show that way. He doesn't show the woman which part the person, grappling down. But he shows she a comfort. He shows she a place that which part Lazarus going up is up there. I going up. I not going down in hell. I's not the rich who doesn't give to the poor beggar that are the side of the road. I taught myself that if it is I in life, I have nothing and the neighbor have given to me something, well, I get strength enough to get to something. Right? But who it is now don't have strength to get to something to what I have to come for it. That is who I just choose to give. Because I'm telling you, the weakness that they have is perfect. The things what they cannot do, that they do it with their spirit, that they grown out and they moan out for God, He answers them. He be lowly them respectively. He give to them the consumptuously and the more that they can even receive. His blessings. The heavens, the earth. God has given them even the Holy Spirit. I just love them. I just actually choose to love God's people more than I can choose, to love myself. So, I'm trying to be sure of it that I have a 1 or 2, little view, a 5, a 50, a 7, a 20 something. That is the case that made us be. But for me, it is be wickedly enough that one does be, that I just prefer that it doesn't be. But them really so that it doesn't be, but it does be. Because you need it, and sometimes it really doesn't need it. That you need the oneness with God. To actually film it properly. To stay that place with God that it doesn't have 50, that it better it had none. That's how God is, isn't it? You see the 5 in Abraham in Sodom and Gomorrah. He tell them that I wouldn't do it. But for 50, I might. But I didn't do it, if you understand. Because it had Maya will ask me what it is already prepared for. I prepare to determine the fire to rain on them. That is what God was determining, that the fire will rain on them, that hell and destruction doesn't come up in his ears. You let a serpent voice that has come up all the time deceiving and always saying something about us to God. How much times I sit down here and pray, and there's something that in my thought that doesn't actually belong in this place. The flesh, the blood, it doesn't belong here. It's like you're being advantaged, or spiritually, or having a spiritual wickedness happen to you in a high and in a low place. But you go and tell somebody about a problem. But I just choose not to go by the policeman and tell him something. I just choose God. So God is between my thoughts to actually know which ones is the right ones. Like Israel is doing. Like God showed them, well, if all they want all the enemies, don't go up for it by all yourself. All they have a God to come by me and look for the enemy. I will put the enemy in all your hands and all